President Jacob Zuma has paid back the money for the non-security upgrades at his Nkandla homestead. The National Treasury has confirmed payment has been received from the president. The money has been paid to the Revenue Fund, according to the Treasury. After ConCourt's ruling asking Zuma to pay back the money, Treasury had said that Zuma should pay 7.8 million rand for the non-security upgrades. Sipho Siepe, political analyst, joins us on this issue. Thank you very much, Sipho, for joining us now. So now that the bill has been finally paid, do you think the president now stands vindicated?
No, I think it's not so much an issue of vindication. The president, even before the ConCourt came with its judgment, he had indicated his willingness to pay. So all the court had to do was to confirm that aspect. But the court went further. It became very excited because the matter was of public interest, and there was also another issue to respond to, which was really an issue where there was a lack of clarity on the remedial actions of the public protector. So the court, having agreed with the president and confirming that he will pay, it went to say, but your behavior has been inconsistent with the Constitution and you have failed to uphold the Constitution. The issue of vindication does not even arise because he had said he was going to pay. And how he pays, it was simply a matter of how he was going to try to get the money. So I don't think that was really a big issue. What for some people it's going to be, it's really the judgment that was made by the court, or the submission that the court did when it said he had failed to uphold and to protect the Constitution. And in a sense, for some parties, political parties, President Zuma was always a trump card, and he continues to be the trump card. Actually, some of them seem to exist simply to deal with President Zuma, well, instead of dealing with some of the bigger issues that you are actually facing in this country.
Now, the opposition had targeted the president on the Nkandla money. Do you think this repayment silences the opposition parties and Zuma's critics?
No, it's not going to silence them. If he's a trump card, they will find other things to do and to say about him. And that's why I say some parties, they are unable to get into the public platform to deal with the biggest challenge that we face, which are issues of poverty, inequality, and unemployment. For them, their political entry is about the Jacob Zuma because they see him as the weakest link within the ANC. So they will try to exploit this political cow in Jacob Zuma, and so it will not silence them, but it will make them to move to another level. You must also understand that he excites people just by his mere presence. When the president says this place is not Malawi, you see some analysts and some political parties getting very excited as if this is Malawi, because for them, the totality of their thinking cannot go beyond him. So we should not expect that his critics will stop challenging him. But we must also accept another thing, that even within the ANC, there are some people who have always been anti him since 2007. Those who have not who are still suffering from the hangover of Polokwane. Those are still the same people who are saying he must step down as a result of the ConCourt judgment. So I don't think the critics are going to be silenced, and I don't think they're going to say, now let's move to something else, because they have nothing to offer this country other than to criticize Jacob Zuma.
The run-up to the repayment of the money saw many twists and turns. Now that the president has paid back the money, do you think that all the hype that was created around it was required in the first place?
No, I think there were issues that needed to be resolved. One, if the president had paid earlier a portion as directed by the public protector, less damage would have been done. So there was an issue that needed to be addressed, and there was an issue of interpretation. But it is also how the party itself had handled it. The matter was mishandled from day one. So I think sometimes we learn better by making mistakes. We're now much more clearer about the remedial actions of the protector as a result of this case. So we are better off as society. But like I say, unfortunately, our politics is not about building. It's about pulling everything down. So we should not be surprised when this continues to drag. It will only be free for some people as long as he is not in jail. Their mission has not ended. Their mission starts and ends with Jacob Zuma.
Well, thank you very much. That was Sipho Siepe there on the issue of Jacob Zuma. Breaking news, Jacob Zuma has paid back the Nkandla money. Here is the breakup to total amount owed by the president for various upgrades. Now, one of them being visitors' centres, which was just over R1 million, a swimming pool, which was just over R3 million, and an amphitheatre, which was also just past the R1 million mark, 1.3 million, cattle kraal, which was 1.7 million, and a chicken run, which was 333,383 rand. Now, those are just some of the things that were included in some of his fines there at the Nkandla homestead, which he has now officially paid back. This is a statement from the Treasury. Now, President Jacob Zuma has paid back the money for non-security upgrades at his Nkandla home. The National Treasury has confirmed payment has been received from the President. The money has been paid back to the Revenue Fund, according to the Treasury. After Concourt's ruling asking Zuma to pay back the money, Treasury had determined that Zuma paid back 7.8 million rand for the non-security upgrades out of the 200 million that was spent.